All right, good afternoon again. You are all welcome. So, just before we commence, for those of us that were in the last class, can you summarize what we learned? For those that were not around, pay attention. Can anybody help us to recap what we learned in the last class?
We talked about understanding Microsoft.
We talk about what?
Understanding Microsoft.
Understanding Microsoft's Windows security features, right? So under that topic, what are the subtopics? What exactly or which of the security features did we discuss?
We talked about the antivirus and the video.
We talk about what? Antivirus, firewall. Which other one again? Remember that core Windows security features, advanced Windows security feature. Did you discuss all that? Or I listed some of the topics, right? I know I've not covered all. So basically, as we are all seated, except those that are joining for the first time, those that are joining for the very first time, please pay attention, particularly what I have on the screen. This is where we started from. Started by defining what cybersecurity is all about. So just in case you have not made any research before coming here regarding to what is this program all about. So we did define cybersecurity as what? The collective methods, technologies, and processes designed to protect the confidentiality, integrity, and what? Availability of computer systems, network, and data from cyber what? Attack. So why do we exist as cybersecurity specialists? Why do we exist? Are we supposed to exist for offensive security or defensive security? Offensive. Will have sent you out of the class immediately. You are in the wrong place. So we are to learn this for what? Defensive what? Purpose, please. That is how you will get paid. Okay? Don't try to pay yourself. Make sure that somebody engage you. Don't pay yourself. So, disclaimer. Here we are not training people how to illegally break into what? People's system. We are training you the ways of the bad guys. We are exposing their secrets so that company can hire you because it is a thief that can easily catch what? Thief. Or let me rephrase my statement. It is only those that understand the way the thieves operate that can be deployed to what? To attack them or to prevent them from breaking what? Into the house. Okay? So we are expected to be white hat hackers, not black hat hackers. Okay? Please make sure that you belong to that category. So we also summarize it in a very simple way that even if you have not learned any computer skill, you should be able to understand what we are talking about. So we said, think of it like what? Protecting your home from what? Intruders. Who are the people called intruders? Who are the people we can refer to as intruders? The kidnappers. Are you sure? Yes, you are correct. Kidnappers falls under what? Intruder, because normally you cannot give legitimate words access to kidnapper to come in, right? They will forcefully what? Enter. So they are intruders, people who you do not permit, okay, to have access to certain data or system. So there are a lot of persons out there like that, which are the reason why this course exists. Is the reason why this course is the top technological what domain now. This course has overtaken data analytics. Data analytics used to be the first. Now, but I still want to believe that both of them will still be what? Progressing. Because one is promoting what? The other. The reason why you exist is because companies have started developing confidence in storing their data on the internet. People ordinarily that do not believe in storing their information in websites, they prefer storing their data in cabinets. When fire incident come, everything will go. These people were afraid some time ago, but all of a sudden they started developing confidence. Do you know what has led to the confidence that they now have? Because of you and I that are outside. Now they have seen that there are experts that can protect what? The internet. So there's no need of them what? Being afraid. So it is you and I practice that is actually giving them courage. And there are now a lot of automated systems. There are a lot of automated systems that can be put in place to secure what? System also, secure data. Okay, but if you do not know how to manage them, then you may not be able to what? To deploy them effectively. So, like I told them before, this is one field in technology that can never fade out, in as much computer is still in use, in as much internet is breathing. Cybersecurity can never what? Fade out. There will always be need for organization, individuals to what? To look for experts. If you are just joining, please come and sit down here so that you can flow with my screen before the put everything I've displayed now that they are not seeing, they have seen it before. Okay, so we also talk about effective cybersecurity what? Involve multiple what? Layers. Can we confirm that? We discussed that as well, right? Okay, so what we are saying is that for you to have strong security structure in place, there are different layers that you need to consider. The first one we mentioned was network what? Security. We all understand that everything that flows around the internet, how many of us know that it flows because of what? Network put in place. You are able to send somebody a mail. That information will be able to move from one node or point to another because of what? The existence of what? Network. So the whole thing we are learning, we need to be strong with what? Our networking. We need to know what networking is. We need to know how devices communicate within what? Network. We need to know how computer talk to themselves using what? IP address or even what? MAC address. So all these things are things we need to be aware of. Because somebody can have access to your IP address and use it to hack you. But if you cannot get your IP address, it is impossible to hack your system. Because how is it going to talk to that your system without what? The IP address. So the IP address is just like the unique number that you have, like your phone number. It is only one part of the country, I don't want to mention the country name, whereby if you have not used your SIM card for for some time. The next time you call now, another person will be receiving the call, but not in the other part of the world. Individual, everybody have just what? Digital what? Mobile identity. They not call the name of the country. You add the name, you are your own. So we still on the layers, we talk about what? Mobile security. So why this? All right. Cloud security. How many of us are aware of cloud storage? Who is the person that even invented it first? You know, others are copying. Do you know who is the champion? Who is championing cloud storage? I don't think cloud storage have lasted for more than 10 years, if not even up to. It's Google. Google Cloud. That is where it started. Google Cloud. How many of us have heard of Azure? How many of us know what is called Azure? There are so Azure, that is Azure. There are so many institutions now that are in the business of what? Creating database for individual, reliable database that people can trust and put their data and they are secure. So these are some of the invention that has brought confidence back to individual. If you go to the bank now, who can tell me, you know that banks, they no longer store their transaction on local device again. Everything is cloud. You just purchase a quota, like a space, and then give you what? Login detail. So all their apps, they are not cloud-based what? Apps. They are not apps that can only be installed locally on their local machine. So the world is advancing. Cloud is becoming more trusted because of what? Now there are systems and individuals that are experts that can secure those systems. Now we also discuss what? Importance of what? Cyber security. Importance of cyber security. So this will actually tell us why we are very much what? Needed. I think you can go back. So cybersecurity is crucial for individual. Now, why I love talking about this important, because there are some individual with the wrong mindset. Like I always tell people that what? Security, the best security is awareness. Do you agree with me? The best security is what? Awareness. Do you know that if you are aware that there are thieves in that locality or that city that you are, that area you are, you'll be more secure than those that are not aware? You lock your door, right? It is only now these bad individuals, they take advantage of the ignorance of others. That is just a simple secret. If you know that if you do not have two-step authentication, verification on your Facebook, if you are aware that if you do not have it, somebody can really hack you, you will rush to go and do what? Put it in place. How many of us that are here now that have activated two-step verification in your Facebook? How many of us have Facebook accounts here? You have Facebook accounts. You have Facebook accounts. Okay, so if you have Facebook accounts, just quickly rush to go and do what? Activate what? Two-step what? Authentication verification. Because now, if you don't have those, even your WhatsApp have it. How many of us have it on WhatsApp? How many of us are on WhatsApp? How many of us have activated two-step verification? Have you? Okay, so please, these are some of the clues that those bad guys knows. They know all these things. That is what they do. They study vulnerability of systems and ignorance of people, what people are not aware of. There was a time, I think, I was in Lagos there, I think was, let's say 5 years ago, or 6 years. I remember it was very common out there
a logic these bad boys were using to scam people. They will tell you that they mistakenly sent recharge card. I don't know how many of us have witnessed that. They wanted to send recharge card PIN to a friend or a loved one, and they mistakenly sent to that I should re-forward it to them. How many of us have heard of that? What do you think they want to get from you? You know, simple sense, common sense will have said that, because me, that was what happened that made me not to be victim. I asked the person, I know in your phone, there is a place that stores what? Sent information, right? Go there and retrieve it. Why must I be the one to send it to you? The guy calls me that you are a mugu. Get out from my phone. Because you discovered that what? I'm aware. Common sense. How can you tell me that what you sent to me, you can no longer access it? You know what they're looking for? They are looking for your IP address. They are looking for transaction that we fetch certain information from your device that they can use to launch the attack. That is information. A lot of persons fell on this trap. Some will now ask that what is your pastor, because they know that what Nigerians, they so much respect their pastors. See, these guys, they know what to do. So when they call you and say that is your pastor that said I should do this, they hack my younger sister's WhatsApp account using pastor. And I laugh at her. I said, in this age, she so much respect the pastor that anybody that called and says from the pastor, even if they say transfer 1 billion, he will transfer. These are the things that these bad guys are taking advantage of. Desperation. People that they know, some of us, that we love money so much, or we love free things so much in, I don't want to be calling the name of the country. We love free things. Just imagine somebody saying, free cyber security, you now enroll. Do you think person like me, Egwero prosper? I will tell you that free cyber security, and I will give you everything. Common sense will tell you that what is intro that I want to give you. Intro. That is if it's legit. Intro. But you will now what? Subscribe. They will send you a link. And the moment you click on that link, there is a spyware or malware software that have been embedded with that link. That's the moment you click on that link, the link will submit to them, maybe your password or other information that can encrypt your file in your system, lock your file. You will be surprised that all your folders are locked. Whenever you want to put a folder, it's asking you to enter a key. And you know you are not the one that locked the folder. That is somebody what? Breaking into the system. So quickly, today, I just did that brief introduction. Like I said, those that are just joining, just meet me. You are not paid for it. It's free because you joined late. I am recording every class. I'll give you the link. Go and watch where I talk about everything, though I've already recapped some of them. So now, today we want to continue with what? The practical. I want to continue with the practical. We are still on what? Windows Security what? Plus. Windows Security Plus. So we are still on it. And what did I say is Windows Security Plus? Can anybody help us? What is Windows Security Plus? What is Windows Security Plus? We need to know all this too, because when you go for an interview, don't be surprised they will ask you, if you are a cyber security expert, which aspect are you good at? Do you specialize more on Windows security or ethical hacking? You must know where you are. Because this program has what? 2 arms. The very first one is what? Windows what? Security Plus. That is what? Advanced Windows what? Security. That is what we call what? Plus. Beyond the normal security that people know. So you, as an expert, you are going beyond that. So Windows Security Plus is an aspect of cybersecurity that addresses Microsoft Windows security architecture. That addresses Microsoft Windows security what? Architecture. So Microsoft has designed, has security what? Designs. Within that window you are using. within the window you are using. But do you know how to exploit them? Do you know how to harden them in terms of settings such that an external, you see, let me just explain in case you don't know. This is one of the major, let me tell you, the job that is out there, this is the aspect that will fetch you that what job than the ethical hacking. Because this particular computer has a public what network and also has what private what network. So once I'm on the internet, as I'm on the internet right now, it has generated what I'm on the public network, which means that what if the window is not secure, somebody from the public network can steal everything from what this system without me knowing. And I ask you, now the only way, that's the advantage of cloud. Because when you are operating from the cloud, it means that what your security is now prioritized by what? By the company that you subscribe from. They've already put security in place. To an extent, you may not be the one, you will pay for that security. And who are the people that they are going to employ? Is you and I, that those cloud company will hire. And then they will not charge the what? The clients. Just like website, when you are hosting, they will ask you to buy what? Security. If you don't buy, they will skip it. That means your website is what? At risk. But when you buy, they will deploy their experts to be protecting it, to be monitoring what is happening on that website on a daily basis. So even when you are sleeping, when somebody is trying to penetrate into that website, it is now their responsibility to what? To block. So in the last class, we talked about, I need to exit here. In the last class, we talked about, we discussed one of the Windows security what? Architecture, which is the window firewall, right? Was it window firewall? We talked about what? Window firewall, right? And I told them that how do you assess? Look at what is important you understand as a cyber security expert. Having knowledge of this feature is one. Knowing that they exist within your window is the first thing. Secondly, knowing how to access them so that you can put the setting in what? In order is the second thing. Then the third thing is how to update them. How to update them. Did you write down those things I mentioned? I said your responsibility as a cyber security expert is to know about the Windows security feature, to be aware that they exist. That is number one. Knowing their name. Number two, knowing how to manage them, how to exploit them within the window. Knowing how to manage them. Please, when we are writing like this, you can on the lights so that they can see what they are writing. Knowing how to what? To manage them is another thing. And then the third one, I say what? Learning how to update them. Because they can fade. They can what? Depreciate. Okay? And once they are no longer, once they are outdated, the intruders will still break into the system. It's very important. That is why part of the practical I want to focus on this in this session. Probably I will get to what? Window updates. So let me quickly show us how you can access this security feature. Write your step for those of us that were not here. You go to start button. How do I exploit this security feature? Step number one. So you can be doing it if your laptop should be on so that you can be doing it. Once you finish writing, you try it immediately. Okay, steps on how to access the Windows security features. Steps on how to access the Windows security features. Number 1, click on the Start button and select Settings. Click on the Start button and select Settings. So I click on it. So make sure you are also implementing so that we can be on the same page. All right, so this is the environment you get. So from here, look at this feature by my left-hand side. The one before the last one, in fact, the two last ones are very important. One says what? Privacy and what? Security. We talk about availability is one of the key pillars of what? Cybersecurity. If you make your data available to the intruders, you are fucked. So your next step is to click on what? Privacy and security. To make sure you are also clicking. Select what? Privacy and what? Security. So what would that do? That will now what? Break the features down for you. The very first one is what? Window what? Security. So that one, look at the option there. We have what? Antivirus, right? Are you seeing it? You have, I'm talking about what? The sub item under what? The window what? Security, which means that what? This is where you should go to access the main window what? Security features. You have antivirus, you have browser, you have firewall, you have network protection for your what? Device. So let's click on it and see so that we can get the breakdown. So the moment you select it, you get the breakdown. So what do you get? You have what? Virus and what? Threats. You have account protection. You have firewall and network protection. You have apps and browser control. You have device security. You have device. I hope you have seen all these that I'm mentioning. All right. So in the last class, which one did we discuss here, please? Those of us that were there, which one of these have we explained extensively? Which one of these features? Because we are supposed to be taking them one after the other and understand them, know their roles, and know how to set them up. This is what you'll be doing when you get to that office. These are the features you are overseeing. This is where you harden the system for the what? The attacker to break through. You make sure that what? They don't find it easily. And that is going to be possible due to what? How you set up all this. So let's start with the virus and threat protection. Open it up. Let's see what we get there. Virus and threat. Let's start with what is virus. Virus is a malicious what? Software. Created by some what? Bad individuals in order to what? To cause your system to malfunction. Where your computer is supposed to be giving you function A, they give you what? Function B. That means your computer order of what? Operation has been changed. How many of us would like virus to exist in our system? Nobody. So what do you think an employer wants you to do across all their computers? Is to make sure that what? Virus does not come in. It's one of the work you are going to be doing. Making sure that you install what? Strong what? Antivirus. Using this antivirus to be scanning the system periodically. There should be a certain time frame you set that every 8 a.m. In fact, every 8 a.m. you scan, or every day you resume, you scan the system. What is the word scanning? What does it mean to us, scanning? Scanning means what? You are checking, right? It means checking. You are checking whether there is virus. If there is, you quarantine it, or you what? You remove it. All right. So I also explained that you can click on this scan option in order for you to see other options, because the one that has been set as default is shadow what or shallow what scanning. That will not actually scan your system to the what? To the roots. So if you want to, if you are working tomorrow, you need to be scanning with a full scan so that the system, the antivirus can check every part of the system, because some of this malicious software can hide somewhere, or the quick scan may not be able to arrest them. So quickly, the focus in this session, like I said, is practical. So we are looking at what? Advanced security feature. I think I asked us to write down the topic, right? Advanced what? Security feature. So let's quickly start from there. I've touched almost, or let's say 50% of what we discussed last time. Advanced security feature. So it means that what? Look up all these firewall, all these ones, they are the basic, the one that must. So let's look at how do we define advanced security feature, right? These are the modern incorporated feature. These are the modern incorporated features which can only be found in advanced Microsoft operating system, which can only be found in advanced Microsoft operating system, in bracket, Windows. For example, from Windows 11, Windows 10 Pro, this is where you can get the Windows 11, basically. So these are new introduced security feature. Now, I want to ask us this question. What led to the introduction of this one, despite that we have the what? The core one. Why did Microsoft have to bring in this one to support those core security features? Why? Can anybody answer that question? Why did Microsoft added this advanced feature, knowing that there have been some security feature before now? What prompted Microsoft to bring up these very ones that we are classifying as advanced? No answer. You want to try? Okay, try. Available. There are now tools that they can easily use. There are now tools, but it's not our responsibility to tell you those tools, because we are not training you for what? Offensive security. See, let me break it down like this. Do you know that the thieves in the society, the more people are aware of their way, what do? They upgrade. There was a time it was common, particularly, I don't know whether it's still raining now, at this side of Asaba, where almost every week you hear of kidnapping, right? Are you hearing it now? Let me tell you, it might still be there, but they must have deployed another technique. Always know that these thieves, these bad guys, as they listen to what you and I say, they live with us. They know what we are saying. So they advance. So now, at a point, Microsoft discovered that people started complaining that even with this, some persons are still losing their data. So he went in to come up with advanced. But you know what? These advanced are not compatible with some laptops, some systems. So your hardware must meet the requirement for you to deploy this advanced. So it's not because, like, most of us, because you have maybe Core i3, does not mean that you can activate this advance. So it's beyond the Microsoft. It also aligns with what? The advancement of certain what? Technology. So the first one we are discussing in this session, right? The first example of what? Windows what? Advanced what? Is sorry, I'm in a class. So I said advanced what? The first one is what? Hello. Sorry, window hello. Right. That is the first one. Window hello. How many of us have heard of this before that is in your window? Window hello. So it's part of the advance. But every one of us, we are familiar with what? Window firewall, right? But this one is part of the new technology. So let's write in bracket, window hello is a biometric authentication. It's a biometric authentication technology or feature. In bracket, facial recognition. How many of us know that there are some laptops that you put your face like this? That is how they log in. But can this your own do it? That's why I said, even though it exists, your laptop as a hardware must meet what? The requirement. There are some that require fingerprint. But the question, does your laptop have what? Fingerprint. So this is how it was. That company that employ you or that will employ you as an expert, what advice do you think you give to them? To go and buy what? Because you cannot activate your knowledge without meeting what? The hardware requirements. One of the things I always tell people as an expert is that what? You stand your ground. In a loyal way, don't go and start dictating to your boss, except you want to be fired. There is a way you present things as a professional that does not also send a message of intimidation to your boss. Sorry, ma, just a professional advice. Not, I am the professional. If this thing does not work, no, don't go that way. Don't go that way. You have the skill, but you don't have the whole money. You trade by barter. So you advise them, you give them a professional advice. There are some clients that when you are advising them, when you are encouraging them to manage, because they say they don't have money, they will not end up what? Thinking that you are not a professional. So you tell them to upgrade. I mentioned what? Facial what? Recognition, right? That is number one, comma. Fingerprint. All this one, they fall under what? Window what? Advanced security feature. How many of them are mentioned now? Facial what? Recognition, fingerprint, or PIN. Well, it's just that the PIN has been one of the, even your phone. See, please, when we talk about cyber security, it's not only laptop. In fact, between laptop and mobile phone, which one do people use most? So which one do you think you should prioritize? If I ask you now, most of these features, they are in your phone. Your phone, most of nowadays phone have what? They'll give you the option. Once you go to the security permission, you will see option that says what? Pattern as what? Your security, right? PIN, right? So which one do you think you advise your boss to use between PIN and pattern? Password is PIN now, between PIN and, okay, let's say some phones now. Some phones also have what? The facial what? That's what the hello now. So which one do you think you advise them to, if the phone have all the three of them? Because now mobile phone have three of them. We'll give you the option. Which one will you advise as an expert that want to make sure that what? Intruder does not break into your boss phone? Which one will you advise them? The password. No. So which one has more security strength? It's speed. INEC, how did they normally used to authenticate voters? Fingerprint, right?
It's fingerprint.
Yeah, most of these boys, see, there are tools, but those tools are very expensive that some of them cannot even purchase it. So that will make them to desist from that kind of art. If they call two for them, 5 million. Or if I tell you now that I have the 5 million, will you be able to buy it? So that will discourage you first. That's why that is why you see that the rate of hacking is not that much. And even those tools are very expensive. Sorry, are very affordable. All of us will have been finished. So the money is still a constraint to some of them. And even these guys, when they want to even sell itself, they are also very security conscious. They know that they can be traced. So it is only those within themselves that are in the street together, that are eating together, that they can easily sell it to. If you that they do not know meet them now, they will not sell it because they might think that is a trap. So that's why I said it is not our role, our duty to teach you. It's not our business because I don't practice it. I only have the information because it's defensive security. So it's for you to have this information. Sir, how will I now use if I don't practice all these ways purely? How can I effectively advise my boss or the company I'm working for? Anybody have that question in mind? Anybody care to know? It's just for the advice. You are not supposed to practicalize this in real world. It's just for you to be aware so that you can give advices. Okay, now. Don't insist. It's just like when we get to the ethical hacking, and then you now say, sir, for us to be sure, let's break into GTB or UBA. Let's be sure so that I will know that if I cannot break into GTB, then, sir, it's not practical people are doing. No, now. You mustn't break into. Know their way to the last step. And then from there, go back. Know their way to the last step. And then go back. Don't enter. If you enter, it's an offense. There are global law that guides our practice. If you operate outside it, you find yourself in one room. And that room, like what I was going to say, that don't pray to visit EFCC for 1 month, or even a year. You don't even know when the year ends. That you don't even see light. The place is always dark. I don't pray that you should be found there. Okay, so we are still on what? The advanced what? So I've mentioned what? What are the advanced, the new introduced what? Windows security that must meet certain what? Hardware what? Or window version. The next one is BitLocker. How many of us have heard of BitLocker? How many of us have heard of BitLocker? Now look at this my system now. You know, I cannot be an expert and then I will not be an Egwero. Can you see this key now? Can you see key here?
Yes.
If you see this my laptop, all my video, all the material, my slides, they are stored here. Anything that I don't want anybody to see is here. Every other thing you like, have access to it. So what does that mean? When you get to that company, if they are running their local drive like this, you tell them immediately, please, this is BitLocker. This is the practical application of BitLocker. So I encrypted. How many of us have heard of encryption? Is our term encryption or cinema, or what do you call it? Forgotten the right word. Cryptography. Cryptography. How many of us have heard of cryptography? These are cybersecurity terms. Cryptography is just like you making a readable file to be what? Unreadable, to be meaningless. So that when the bad boy hack it, imagine, I remember those days when I was in Lagos, when this one chance, people that pocket pick, when you enter vehicle with them, if you drop your purse, they will just open it and take your phone, right? Somebody wrap baby napkin and they thought that is something valuable. They stole it, and then when they get to where they want to open it, is the baby's physics. Can you imagine? So what we are saying that is that I just cited that so that you know how we do it. We also do it. So you will see, you that want to hack that data, you will think that is very important data, but we have what? Encrypted in a way that even when you open it, you will see rubbish. You will see, like, how many of us have ever opened Word file, Word as a document that you type? When you open it, you now see plenty code, like $sign and underscore, something like ampersand. You see code. That's that this file is corrupt. I mean, the file is not corrupt. That file was what? Ciphered. That's the right word. Ciphered. Is an expert like you and I encrypted it in a way that even when they steal it, it will not make sense to them. So we can cipher the password, the real password, in a way that when they receive it, they will not see any valuable word data. They will not be regretting. That is what you'll be doing. You take the company's data and cipher them in a way that even when anybody is able to break through, they will not see the reward information to break into their system. So the second one I said is BitLocker. Let's write note on that. What is BitLocker? BitLocker in brackets, you write full disk encryption. That is what totally lock, total locking your disks. Full disk encryption to protect data at rest. Full disk encryption to protect data at rest. Note, even if the hard drive is physically stolen, even when the hard drive is physically stolen, they cannot access the content unless they enter the encryption code. Unless they enter the encryption code. So if their mindset, if their mindset is that, okay, let me just remove the hard drive. Let me remove the hard drive from this system and go and connect it to Mr. Oyeka's system. Once you connect it there to say, ask you for my password. It's a very strong security feature. You cannot find it anything in Windows 8. If your system is running Windows 7, Windows 8, you can only find it from Windows 10 Pro, not even all the Windows 10 version. The next one is secure boots. Secure boots. We are still on Advanced Windows security, the new introduced Windows security feature. Secure boots. Secure boots. So let's define it. Secure boots ensure the boots process is secured and trustworthy. ensure the boot process is secure and trustworthy. Now, the question is, do you know what is called system booting? That is the only way you understand this thing. How many of us know what is called system booting? You were taught in secondary school. Almost everybody should know that. When we have one boot and what? The process of loading an app. What are you doing? Process of loading the system. You also what? Booting. Now, let me tell you the secrets. Why Windows brought this? These guys try to play smartness. They wanted in a way that they will have entered before the app load. So that when your app finish loading, they are already inside your system. See the logic now. So Microsoft now brought this one so that even at the stage of the system booting, there is a security feature that is checking it so that those guys cannot go in. I don't know if you get that logic. Practically, look at this door now. Somebody can, that is the new. Let me pause this. I don't want to sell this because this will go on live. Before, the more the bad guys are advancing in their ways, the more what? The Microsoft is also what? Tightening what? The system. Any questions so far? Any question? Okay. By the time I conduct my tests, I will know whether everything is clear. Yes. Is it your first time of graduation from here? Yeah. So secure boot, I said what? It ensures the boot process is secure what? And what? Trustworthy. Now, the last one is Window Defender. Window Defender. So after this now, I will just take practical steps on some of them. I may not be able to finish them. Window what? Defender. What is Window Defender? Window Defender application guard. Isolate Microsoft Edge and other supported app from rest of system. Isolate Microsoft Window Defender application guard. That's what the work is to protect. Guard, isolate Microsoft Edge and other supported app from the rest of the system. So Window Defender is another security feature. The name itself as what? Explains what? Defend. Is one that defends the window. So if there's no question, let's quickly go to the step by step on how to what? To set up all this. So I'm going to start from what? Hello world, right? The first one we started discussing is what? Window what? Hello world, right? So let's start with that, right? Step by step step by step on how to manage the Microsoft's advanced Windows security features. Step by steps on how to manage Microsoft's Windows advanced security feature. Are we together? So let's start with the window hello world. Just write window hello. Then in brackets, you write biometric authentication. That's the first one. So as I'll be going through it, I encourage you to also follow the step. Even though your system does not have the capacity, let's follow the step. The only thing is that you may not be able to fully implement it. Are we together? So step number one, go to settings. How do I go to settings? Look up. How do I go to settings? You click on what? Start, right? So there are some steps that I will not capture because I believe before you come here, you should know what is called what? Start, right? Click on what? Start, and then click on what? Setting. Make sure that you are writing and you are following me. So the next step is click on account. Can you see account here? If you can see account, you click on account. By your left hand side, make sure that you are also writing your steps. Because the day of the test, I will take your note from you. Select what? Accounts. Okay. Then from account, look up. What can you see here? Sign in option. Right. Under sign in option, you will see hello world, security key, password, dynamic clock. You can see that you can program your system in a way that maybe after some hours, it will shut down. You know, there are some of us that, I think we used to have it even on phone now, that once it's 12 a.m., right, the phone will shut down. And then when it is 5 a.m., the phone will on. So you click on it. Make sure that you write your step. So now you can see almost all the what? The advanced, most of the advanced, except BitLocker, the rest are here, right? You can see what? P. You can see what? Fingerprint. Then you can see what? Facial what? Recognition. So which one are we following now? You see that those laptops that have it, those HP laptops that have it, you see that where you have your webcam, you will see two lights like what we are seeing here now, something like this. Look at it here, something like this. You will see it attached, just like where your webcam is. You will see a light like red blinking there. Once the person put his face, you now what? Recognize it. So now let's click on it. Let's just exploit them, even though we are here to upgrade. So what did you see there? We could not find what? A camera compatible with what? Windows. So if you have the system that meet the requirement, once you click, then it will now bring out a box where you can do what? Put your face to scan it for the first time. So after that first time, subsequently, it's only that face. Any other face is counterfeit. Is that clear? So from here now, we don't need to waste our time. Fingerprint is here. So if your laptop have fingerprint, you can set it up. Some of us, our laptop have fingerprint, but the only thing you need to add is what? Driver. It's just for you to drive it. To get the right driver, I think you have it. This fingerprint. Most of the laptop here has fingerprints. Hope you can locate your own. Do you have it? You should have it also now. You should have fingerprints. Look at this here now, very close to here. There's fingerprint now. This fingerprint. This is here. So if it's telling you not available, it's because what? You have not installed the driver. So you can go to internet and download what? Just measure the model of your laptop. HP what? Then download what? Fingerprint driver for it. Install it. The next time you come here, then it will allow you to what? To put it. Now we have what? Window what? P. In fact, that is the one we are using. Almost every system has what? P. So I can click on what? Setup. Let's make sure that we are touching all these things. So even though you are not following them to the end, make sure you are touching and understanding them. So you can see. So I have password. I have already implemented this. If you have not implemented this, then next class, I'll be teaching us what? How to manage user account. How to create, how to set up user account, and then how to set up the password. So next class, if you have not, don't bother yourself, you will learn all that. So let's quickly go for BitLocker, because that is the only one that is not among these words, this pack, right? Out of what I've explained. So once I'm done with BitLocker, I will stop there today. So let's quickly take BitLocker. So which means that you can summarize your note that what? These steps covers what? Covers out of the options. These steps covers window hello and also cover what? No, I think it's all of them are under what? Good. Oh, we even mentioned them now. We mentioned all of them under what? Window hello, because I know I mentioned biometric authentication, facial what, recognition, and what, fingerprint and key. So we have seen all of them. So let's quickly go to BitLocker now. So step by steps on how to apply BitLocker. Can I even finish BitLocker today? Okay, let's go there. Step by steps on how to what? So for BitLocker, step number 1, go to control panel. So there is a place called what? Control panel. Go to control panel. So in case you don't know how to get the control panel, look up, just come here, or even you can click on that same setting. When it's open, you search for what? Control what? Just type here, control panel. Just type control panel. It will give you the option. Type it in full, control panel. Then you see there. It's coming, it's coming. So this is the kind of environment you are going to get. Click on it. Hope we are documenting and we are also following the step, right? Now, once you get to control panel, go to system and security. Can we see system and security? Now look up. Depending on how your control panel item are summarized, look up. My own is summarized with what? Category. So I can come here and say what? Large icon, so that I will have them unit by unit. So you can also come here and change to what? Small icon. So let me see under category whether I will be able to find system and what again? Is it here? Where is it? No, I'm getting old now. Yeah, right? Okay. Can you imagine? It's not my fault. Now, once you click on it, you should be able to see what? BitLocker encryption. Can we find it now? BitLocker what? Drive encryption. Yeah. Okay. Then you click on it. Now, you can see what happened now. It's off by default. And this, what drive is this? Which drive is this? This is your local drive. Your drive C is always your what? Local drive. That is where your programs are installed. All the Microsoft Office. So in that company, the app that they are using, always know that what is installed in what? That drive C. So if the intruders can break into that what? Drive, they can access what? The app. They can rewrite that app in a way that the app can start what? Malfunctioning. But please, in my own case, I just want us to know how to access it from what? The system setting. But ordinarily, look up. Ordinarily, if you have already know the drive that you want to what? BitLock, like here now, in the next class, I think somebody should write it down, remind me that I said I'm going to start with what? Drive partitioning. It's part of what you need to learn. Because the reason why you must learn how to partition drive, look at this now. Let's assume that at the time you are employed, this is the only drive they have. Pay attention here. This is the only drive they have. And now, they don't want to what? Encrypt everything. The disadvantage of encrypting everything here, look up. It means that if this is not your personal computer, this is an office. If you are not on seat, anybody that wants to access anything here will not be privileged to know the password. That means the system is not also secure. So what you are supposed to do, you have to start by taking space out of this available space. You compress, you push all the file to one side and take space from that what? Available space. Then you will now what? BitLock it. That's what I did here. It's not as if I have two physical drives on this system. It's one drive. Out of it, I partitioned. I took space from here and then I now what? BitLock it. So which means that I can give you my laptop to use without what? Any threats. You cannot access this, but you can use it. So that is why it is important you partition. But if you are authorized that no, this system is only maybe the admin, right? It's not the kind of laptop that everybody have access to. So you can go ahead. There's no need for what? Partitioning. So in that case, this is what you do. You now right-click on it. Right-click on it and select what? Direct. Can you see it here? Turn on what? BitLocker. Write this as alternative step before we end the class. Alternatively, where you have identified the drive. Alternatively, where you have identified the drive to BitLock. Where you have identified the drive to BitLock. Right-click on the drive and select Turn on BitLocker. Right-click on the drive and select what? Turn on BitLocker. Are you with me? So you can just be following it even though you are not ready to do it. But if it's your own personal computer, go ahead with me. But if you forget that password, just know that you are your own. I've warned you. So now, this is what? Who can tell us what is giving us this alert? I am trying to access the drive and it's prompting this message. What does that mean? That's window what? Defender. This window defender reacting that hey, somebody is about to what? Eh? Oh yeah, search for it, search for it. Which window is this? Window 10 Pro. I said it here now. These are new technology. If your window is not Windows 10 Pro, you cannot use all this. So what you do is that that means you still visit my office for upgrade after the class. If you are not running anything Windows 10 Pro, you cannot see some of these things. But let's search. It might be Windows 10 Pro. Just search. Just search for BitLocker. Just type BitLocker and see whether it will come up. If you search, if it doesn't break it there, definitely it's not Windows 10 Pro. So just be following what I'm doing. So I'll click on what? Go ahead. Now it's starting it. Don't worry, just be following. Don't worry, we'll terminate it. Don't be afraid. Yes, you take note of the password you are using now. Write it down somewhere. So once you create a space like this, then you now tell the company that what? All their sensitive data will now be migrated into that what? Particular drive. So how many options do we have here? I hope you are following me. We have what? How do you want backup your recovery key in case you misplace your password? There should be a place where this particular process will automatically save it for you. So the best option is for you to get a USB stick. How many of us know what is called USB stick? What is the right name? Flash drive. Connect it, and that flash drive, just carry it and keep it somewhere. Don't save anything inside. This is a company now. They have money. They should just buy a flash drive that will store this. So whenever you are leaving, you hand over the flash drive to the next person. So a recovery key can be used to access your files and folders if you are having problem unlocking your PC. That is if the window crash tomorrow and you take the drive out to another system. That if you just connect that flash drive, it will automatically what? It will ask you, select the flash drive where the key is. Once you select it, it will automatically what? Allow you to access it. That is what it's saying. Because the window can crash inside your drive. And that partition will no longer be there. Now, Save to your what? Microsoft account. That's another option. If you have an account with Microsoft. How many of us know how to create Microsoft accounts? You know, it only require what? Email, right? It means that what? That is what we call OneDrive, right? OneDrive. This is it here. So even after, if you go to any system now, you can access your file. That is the advantage of what? It's going to ask you for what? Your sign-in details. Save to file. Since we don't have the flash drive, let's select what? Save to file. Please, let's click. Don't worry. Nothing will happen. Just click. As it goes. So you choose where you want to save. Let's say you are choosing documents. But if you have connected your flash drive, you now go to what? This PC, so that you can see the name of what? The drive available. So you see the name of your flash drive here, then you click on it. So it will now automatically what? Save in there. So in this case, since I'm not going anywhere, let me just save here, and then I click. And then there is a complaint here. Your recovery key cannot be saved to what? Encrypted what? Drive. That is what? I am within a drive that I passworded. So let me look for a different place entirely. I think I selected the... Okay. Let's select, you know, I'm trying to password this, right? Is it the one I right click or this? This one? Okay, so let me save. Let's say I'm putting it here. You can see that. That means I right click on the
one that is not partition, on the one that is not blocked already.
Okay. So yeah, you try it now. You try it because, but is it going for you? It should be going for you because you are not partitioning anyone now. Have you click on save? Click on save. Let's see. No, since you are not put in this PC, choose a document. Yes. Do you have any folder? Okay, let's see how I want to see. Has it gone for anybody? That. We have to partition first. We have to partition. So let's just write the steps. Like I said, partition is a class on its own, which I'm going to look at in the next class. So let me just explain the steps so that once we finally partition in our next class, you can follow the step to the end. Where did you stop before? Where did you stop? Where did you stop? So once you are partitioned, then you click on save to file, then you select within that partition. You know, if you are in that partition, then it will not, your document will not be another place where you are saving it or that flash drive. And then you click on save. So once you click on that, the next step is what? It will prompt you. Please write the step down. It will prompt you a window. Just write your step. It will prompt you a window asking whether to use a password. It will give you an option whether you want to use password. Then enter your password and click save. That is all. Then restart the system before you can see the key or the locker. Just like this now. If you do not restart the system, this key will be open like this. But once you restart the system, it will now be locked. It will now ask you. Once you try opening it, you will now have to enter the password before you can access it. So this is where we are going to stop. Any question?